So you did it. You landed the job, signed the papers, and that very first salary is about to hit your bank account. Seriously, congratulations. This is a huge moment. And you know what? The moves you make right now with this first paycheck can literally set the foundation for your entire financial future. So today, we're going to walk through the ultimate blueprint to make that first salary the first brick in your own personal fortress of financial freedom. Okay, so you check your phone, and there it is, real money in your account. And that urge to go out and spend it? Oh, it's real too. But just hang on for a second. That number in your bank account isn't just for today. It's the starting block for everything you want to do, for your goals, for your freedom. The real question is, how do you get that money to start working for you right from day one? All right, first things first. Before we even think about investing or splurging or anything fun, we have to build a defense. I want you to think of this like you're building a financial fortress. The stronger your foundation, the safer you'll be no matter what life throws at you. And that foundation, it all starts with understanding what you're actually earning. Okay, let's just get this out of the way because it trips up almost everyone. You see that big, beautiful number on your offer letter? That's your cost to company, or CTC. Basically, it's the total budget the company has for you. But, and this is super important, it is not the amount of money that's going to land in your bank account. It also includes things like the company's contribution to your retirement fund and other perks. Your salary slip is the document that translates that big CTC number into reality. So let's break it down. First, you've got your basic salary. That's the main chunk. Then you'll see stuff like HRA, which helps you save on tax if you're renting. Now, pay attention to this next one, the Provident Fund, or PF. This thing is awesome. A part of your salary goes into it, and your employer matches that amount. It's basically your first automated savings plan. So after all those deductions, what's left over is your take-home pay. That's the real number you have to work with every month. Now here it is, the single most important part of your foundation. Before you invest a single rupee anywhere else, you need a financial airbag, an emergency fund. And listen, this is not a suggestion, it is absolutely non-negotiable. Your goal is to have 6 to 9 months worth of your essential living expenses saved up. This is the money that protects you if you lose your job, face a medical crisis, whatever. It's the money that lets you sleep peacefully at night. So how do you actually build this thing? Well, it's actually pretty simple. First, get a totally separate savings account for it. Don't mix it with your spending money. Second, automate it. Set up an automatic transfer from your salary account the day you get paid. Make this your #1 financial priority. Seriously, I mean it. Do not put a single rupee into any other investment until this wall of your fortress is fully built. Okay, with your fortress walls going up, it's time to get smart about what happens inside. We need to create a system, an automated system that sends your money exactly where it needs to go. This way, you're not relying on willpower, which, let's be honest, can run out. Here's a pro-level setup that is so easy to do. Use a few different bank accounts. Your salary comes into account 1. Then, on payday, money is automatically transferred out. A fixed amount goes to an operating account for all your monthly expenses. This is the only account you link to UPI or your debit card. And the key strategy, the secret sauce, is to pay yourself first. This means your savings and investments are whisked away automatically before you even have a chance to spend that money. Game changer. So how do you figure out how much money goes where? You need a map, right? Like a financial GPS. And one of the simplest, most effective maps out there is the 50-30-20 rule. It's a brilliant framework that just takes all the guesswork out of budgeting. It gives every single rupee you earn a job. Let's break it down. It's super simple. 50% of your take-home pay goes to your absolute needs, things like rent, food, and your daily commute. 30% is for your wants. This is the fun stuff, right? Dining out, travel, shopping. And that last slice, the most important 20%, that's for you. Well, your future you. That entire portion goes straight into savings and investments. Okay, another key part of that Fortress Foundation is insurance. Now, your company probably gives you some health insurance, and that's great. But, and this is a big but, it is not enough. Just look at this. The company policy is tied to your job. You leave, it's gone. The coverage is usually pretty basic. A personal policy, on the other hand, stays with you forever, gives you way more coverage, and you can customize it. It's not a nice to have, it is absolutely essential. And on that note, if anyone in your life depends on you financially, maybe your parents or a sibling, term life insurance is a must. This isn't an investment, it's just pure, simple protection for them. You want to aim for a cover that's about 10 to 15 times what you earn in a year. And the best part? When you're young and healthy, it is ridiculously cheap. All right, Your fortress is secure. Your automated systems are running. Now we get to the really exciting part. It's time to shift from defense to offense. It's time to fire up your growth engine and start building some real long-term wealth. And right now, your biggest superpower, your greatest asset, is time. So, what are your tools for this growth engine? Well, these are the big three. You've got your Provident Fund. That's the safe, steady bedrock of your portfolio. Then you have equity mutual funds. This is your primary wealth creator, your high growth engine. And finally, there's the National Pension System, or NPS, a fantastic, low-cost option specifically for building a big retirement fund. Look, if you only remember one thing about investing from this whole conversation, let it be this. SIPs are magic. A systematic investment plan just means you invest a fixed amount of money automatically every single month. You're not trying to guess when the market is high or low, you just invest consistently. This discipline removes all the stress and emotion from investing. Just start, even a small amount, and let that consistency work its magic over time. Of course, once you start earning, you've got to think about taxes. The government gives you a great tool called Section 80C, which lets you lower your taxable income. And here are some of the most popular ways to use it. You've got everything from super safe options like PPF to things linked to the stock market like ELSF. But let me give you a pro tip here. Don't just think about saving tax. Think bigger. Think about building wealth. An equity-linked savings scheme, or ELSS, is fantastic because it does both. You get the tax deduction and your money gets invested in the stock market for high growth potential. It's a true win-win. Okay, we have covered the tools, the rules, the tactics. But the last piece of this puzzle, and honestly the most important one, is your mindset. See, personal finance is maybe 20% about knowing the math and 80% about your behavior. Getting this part right is the real secret to success. First up, let's talk about debt. You need to know that not all debt is created equal. There's good debt, like an education loan or a home loan that helps you build an asset for the future. And then there's bad debt, like high-interest credit card debt or a personal loan for a vacation. That stuff just funds a lifestyle you can't afford and can become a trap. Avoid it like the plague. You know your report card from school? Well, your CIBIL score is your financial report card for your adult life. It tells banks how responsible you are with money. You absolutely want to aim for a score above 750. And how do you do that? It's so simple. Pay every single bill on time, always. That's it. That's the whole game. And finally, we have to talk about the biggest, quietest threat to your financial future. It's called lifestyle inflation. It's that natural creep where, as you earn more, you just start spending more. You have to fight this. Here's a powerful rule to live by. Every time you get a raise, your savings rate should get a raise too before your lifestyle does. I know we've covered a lot, so let's boil it all down into a simple, actionable checklist. Number 1, understand your salary slip. 2, set up those automated bank accounts. 3, get yourself insured. 4, start your very first SIP. 5, start building that emergency fund. And 6, make sure you're contributing fully to your EPF or PPF. That's it. This is your starting line. So why does all this matter? Why is starting today so important? 2 words, compound interest. It is the most powerful force in finance. And to put that into perspective, if you start investing just 10,000 rupees a month right now, with the power of compounding over your career, that could grow to over 10 crore rupees. No, that's not a typo. That is the unbelievable reward for starting early and just staying consistent. So there you have it. The blueprint is in your hands. You've got the knowledge, you've got the tools, and most importantly, you have time on your side. Your future self is literally counting on the decisions you make this week with this paycheck. So the only question left is, what's your first move going to be?